Mike McCool here in the Royal Examiner studio, and with me today is Justin Proctor. Justin, I'm not sure which hat you're wearing today because there's the Lone Pine Day. So we're here today to talk about Lone Pine Day 2025. Justin, well, give us the 30-second version of Lone Pine Day.
Sure, yeah. Well, thanks for having me on, Mike. It's good to be back. This is actually our 4th annual Lone Pine Day. So this is Earth Day, Front Royal style. Right. We've named it after our lone pine, which is this big, beautiful white pine that sits over top of our town.
Is that one you see sticking out there all by itself?
You do, right off Skyline Drive, mile marker about 2.5. When you're biking up there, it's about the time you're soaked in sweat. It's beautiful. It's about 100 feet tall, 100 years old, and so it's become kind of this landmark for this town. So we've had a lot of fun incorporating that into Earth Day. But anyhow, this is our 4th annual. We're really excited. We have over 50 different conservation and outdoor recreation and environmental groups coming. It's a great chance for our community to interact with all these groups, find ways to get involved, to volunteer, to attend events, to just see how much great energy there is out there on our landscapes and working with our watersheds. And
I think they were surprised last year how well it was attended. It kind of like, well, bigger than we thought.
It keeps growing, which is good. It's a testament that there's an interest, there's a demand, right? And so I think our first year for Earth Day, we had maybe about 500 people attend, which was awesome. Last year, we were estimating somewhere around 900, and we're really hoping this year we're going to break 1,000, which would be great.
Oh yeah, that's right. So what time does it start? It's on Sunday. It's on a Sunday, which is a little different
than usual. Yes, Easter's a little late this year, and so we pushed this back to Sunday, April 27th. Okay. So it's going to be from 10 to 3 downtown at the gazebo. Should be a great time. Now, the thing that's also really gotten a lot of people excited is that every year we've started to incorporate a native tree giveaway. So our first year we gave away 250 trees. Last year we gave away 350. This year we have money to give away 500 native trees and shrubs. And so that opens at 10 a.m. Last year we had people lined up by 9 a.m. pretty excited to get a tree, which was great. I saw people grab one and just take off running, which is awesome. That's what we love to see. So we'll have some native shrubs this year as well. I think we've got 9 different varieties of trees and shrubs, which is wonderful. So there's an opportunity to take something wonderful home. We'll also have native plants for sale. We'll have food trucks. We'll have music. We'll have a petting zoo. We'll have the Blue Ridge Wildlife Center with all their cool animals. So we got the whole thing going on. It should be a great day for the whole family.
Yeah, we post those Blue Ridge Wildlife Center's little rescue things every week. You see how they do that?
We forward those around. We love them.
And it's really, a lot of people read that and they make a lot of positive comments about it. And it's kind of interesting, the things that there's no limit to the kind of animals they work on.
No, there's no limit.
Snakes and squirrels and mice.
Exactly.
Had an eagle and everything.
It's a lot of cool things around it. I think in a lot of ways it's showcasing some of the really cool wildlife that people might not even know we have here.
Yeah.
And the great thing those guys do is that not only do they tell you what went wrong, they tell you how to prevent that in the future, right? What role do we play in all this as stewards over this wildlife?
Because the animals can't read the label on the can.
No, they can't. We got to be out there helping these guys along. So they do a great job. So this is a really exciting day. We're super excited. Like I said, it's going to be a full day. We're hoping for really good weather. Those April showers will bring early May flowers, hopefully here at the end of April, and it's just an awesome time to get out with the family and get involved. Like I said, we have so many cool groups in this area. Most everyone here is within a 30-mile radius of Front Royal. So these are all local opportunities to, whether it's archery or the Master Naturalists or, Blue Ridge Prison that works with invasive species or the state parks, the national parks. We have everyone here. So it is a full showcase. I think the other really cool thing, I was just chatting with the folks down at the Student Union about this, is that this is a great opportunity to bring high school students who are looking to it's like a career fair, to be honest. I mean, we have all these cool local groups. This is a chance to meet them, to get on their radar, connect a name with a face and realize that they're working right. I mean, we're going to have a big contingent, for example, from the Smithsonian down here, right? We're right here in town. So, establishing those pathways, those networks, it's almost like a big career fair for young students. So
let's talk real quick, and I'll bring up, because it kind of bring a circle about, and we just mentioned this drought that we're in. With all this rain, I don't think people realize we're really in a drought, which affects all this.
Which affects all of it. So I think the big picture here is that with some of these big changing weather patterns is we really need to protect our natural resources. And the groups that are going to be at this Lone Pine Day, the national park, the state parks, all these groups, NRCS, DEQ, Soil and Water, all these great groups, these folks are out there day and night figuring out ways to protect our forests, our rivers, our mountains, these beautiful landscapes, our grasslands, our farmlands, this is where we all work, and figure out how to be resilient to this kind of weather. And that's a big part of our future here, is how to make this all work and how to withstand 2 months without rain during the summer. How do we do that, right? And so this is a great opportunity to meet the groups that have a lot of that research, a lot of that knowledge, and are trying to get those best management practices on the ground. So, that's what inspires me about where we live, is that we have all these great groups working on these issues and trying to figure out a pathway forward that, of course, benefits everyone, the whole community, right? And the stability of this
water
community.
is life, isn't it?
Water is everything. The day that faucet doesn't turn on, nothing comes out of it. That's a scary day.
Yeah,
so
we've had quite a few. Maybe it hadn't been completely empty, but we've had a lot of days where you better conserve or you won't have any.
It's getting a little scary. Yeah, we've got people who's up on the mountain whose wells have run dry. In the past couple of years, that's a scary day.
Yeah,
so
we don't like the snow. We complain about the snow, but we really didn't get much, and we'll have that effect later on.
It will. We need it though. That the snow sits there and it slowly infiltrates into the ground. That's what really recharges your groundwater. So we need that snowpack.
If you really want to tell if we really got rain, just go out in your yard and dig down in the dirt.
Yeah, dig a foot down and see what it looks like.
Dig 2 inches.
Dust. So it's getting to be dust.
Yeah, and you're thinking all that rain and it only went in the ground a half an inch or something.
Right.
Yeah,
well, this is a good plug for native plants, and that's why we push this so much at Lone Pine Day, and we have the free giveaways, and we also have native plants for sales. That our native plants, they can handle that. A lot of our native plants, once they get established, they are used to this type of climate. Right. So they do better versus a lot of the ornamentals that we bring in. So we're really trying to get folks to think about really sourcing native around here. Just because we know those trees or shrubs or forbs or grasses have a better chance at surviving. And of course, they also have a better ecological role, connecting with pollinators, with our local wildlife, all this type of stuff.
Another thing about that is man has brought in these plants because they grow fast, we like them, they're pretty, but they also don't realize the allergies that they bring to us because we're not used to that because we don't live in the area where
they're not from here.
They're from
exactly.
There. And I know they do that out west. They ban certain plants.
Sure. Exactly. It is really important to be sourcing native, and our big role in that is to try to make that easy for folks. You know. Where do a lot of people shop for plants? It's wherever it's easiest. A mile drive away, Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever it happens to be, right? And you go for the stuff that's usually cheaper and pretty. And so our goal, a lot of these organizations are working on ways to really bring down the cost of native plants and to make them more accessible. So that's your first easiest option.
Sure.
We need to make it easy on people to do the right thing. So
and they're typically, like you say, lower maintenance. The native
100%,
plants are much
100%.
lower to take and easier to take. If it's easy to take care of, we should be sold on it.
That's a win. That's our big sell. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Because I know that we go to places that have airborne pollens and fur-borne pollens and all different things, and as we get used to those areas and acclimate ourselves to it, then all of a sudden you bring in this foreign thing, and people think,
changes everything.
Changes everything.
Got to go native.
All right, one more plug for Lone Pine Day. When is it and where is it?
April 27th, Sunday, April 27th, downtown Front Royal from 10 to 3. Get there a little early. Like I said, we're also going to have food vendors. We're going to have coffee out there for you, locally roasted coffee from Woods Coffee.
Yeah.
We love those guys and the local food trucks. But get there early for your free native tree or shrub. And be ready just to have a good day, spend some good time with us, and should be a lot of fun.
Great. Justin, I really appreciate you doing
so
this, and I noticed he's involved in a lot of things around town. You wear a lot of hats, and today Lone Pine Day, but you're involved in the Anti-Litter League or the committee. And
we'll find more time together.
I know.
There's a lot of good stuff coming.
There's a lot of stuff coming towards in April and May and June, and the summer schedule is filling up really
There's
fast.
a lot of good ways to get involved locally here in Front Royal and Warren County. If folks want to reach out to us anytime, we can definitely be a conduit to getting folks.
Are you going to need any volunteers for this?
Yes, thank you. Always need volunteers. So especially with setup that morning and breakdown in the afternoon, it's really nice. All the exhibitors coming in can always use a hand putting up the pop-up tents and get everything and then moving their car off. So if anybody is interested, please reach out to me. We'll basically be meeting at the gazebo around 7:30, 8 o'clock that morning. Folks can show up and just meet us right there.
Bring your hat.
We'll get you a free cup of coffee and get you going. We really appreciate you.
Thanks again, Justin. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.